Hello, I'm Cameron from Power Team Realty, and today we are going to review the real estate stats in the Greater Moncton area for the month of February. We're currently sitting in early March. Our spring market is approaching. A lot of people are waiting on the sidelines, trying to understand what to do. Did we reach the bottom? Is now the time to buy in? Are there great deals out there? Well, I'll hope to address a lot of those items in this video. If you do have a specific and unique situation to yourself, I do have a few ways that we can connect in the links down below, so feel free to reach out. Now we are heading into our spring market. This past month we did see a major shift from days on market going from 56 down to 33. So that's evidence that we are entering into a seller's market. There's no question. We need people with homes willing to sell to go to market to fit some of the buyer demand. I myself was in multiple situations 4 times this past month, which might sound crazy. Some of these listings were even on market for a period of time. It's not like they were just popping up and the buyer demand was there. Price drop, buyer demand, all of a sudden we had competitive offer situations. So if this is a sign of what's to come in the spring market, I think that we are going to be in a market that we knew 2, 3, or 4 years ago. Potentially the market that was normal for spring pre-pandemic. During the pandemic time, we did see a lot of crazy offers get thrown across the table, little to no conditions. It was really the wild west of real estate. And to compound things, over the last couple of months, we have seen a number of Bank of Canada interest rate hikes, which has affected buyer affordability as well as certainty in the market. A lot of buyers and sellers want to understand the certainty of what their next step is, and on a variable rate mortgage that could become more expensive, they're waiting on the sidelines. So I think with the talks of potentially the Bank of Canada freezing the rate hikes for the remainder of the year, the buyer confidence will be instilled and we should see a very healthy, busy spring market. Now, that comes down to willingness of sellers. If we have sellers that are willing to sell their property, great. But we should know that having the right pricing information, understanding what's going on in the market is crucial. Coming up with the right price will allow the property to be sold quick, and hopefully the seller will net the most money in their pocket, which at the end of the day is the goal. With that being said, some of the sellers will be trading laterally. Specifically, if you are in a semi-detached home and you wish to trade in the $350,000 price bracket, you might be into a newer version of a semi or an older single-family detached home that does require some renovations. That's a sign of the times within our market. So in a few of these videos, I have mentioned that coming up with a plan is absolutely critical, both on the buying and selling side. I have mentioned before that coming up with the pricing strategy does encompass looking at previous sales. Now, in any of my demonstrations, I have been going back 30 to 45 days in certain select areas, as well as looking at some of the houses in market and going over what I call the equity exercise with home sellers to understand what the right stress-free price point could be. Again, I'd be more than happy to examine that with you. On the buying side, things like pre-approval, understanding your budget, understanding the neighborhood that you want to be in, driving it, testing it, talking to the neighbors. Those are phenomenal things that will allow you to make a quick decision with a conditional offer, inspection, insurance, financing to ensure that you are going to get the property that you want. If you do need a copy of a buyer's guide that will help you reduce the stress, leave a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to send it. So with the current average days on market being 33 days, as well as the average home price blended between semi-detached and single family being $307,000, we have seen that sustained month-over-month leveling that we've been talking about. So this spring market should be an indication of where we're headed for the future. Traditionally, the Greater Moncton area, New Brunswick as a whole, has lagged behind in the country. We're starting to see notoriety with things like our population growth, which is phenomenal. We want to understand where that rental pool of inventory is going to sit, as well as what new home construction is going to look like. Because obviously what starts this year could be available next year or in 24 months as it starts to come online. And we want to see replenishment stock, which means that those population growth numbers have a place to go and a place to trade, both laterally and vertically, as people scale in their jobs and they want to trade up and their families grow. So this is a lot to consider. If you got value out of this video, please interact with it by liking or subscribing, and I'd be more than happy to connect to answer any personal question that you might have about real estate. Thank you.